Title: The Misadventures of Professor Bungle. In the quirky town of Absurdville, there lived a rather eccentric scientist named Professor Bungle. Professor Bungle was known far and wide for his wild experiments that always seemed to veer off course. One sunny morning, he decided to create a potion that would make plants grow at an astonishing rate. With his lab coat flapping and goggles perched on his forehead, Professor Bungle mixed and measured, occasionally knocking over a few vials and causing colorful explosions that left his lab looking like a psychedelic art installation. The potion was finally ready, and with great excitement, Professor Bungle rushed to his backyard garden. He sprinkled a few drops on a tiny flower, and in a matter of seconds, the flower shot up so high it tickled the clouds. Professor Bungle clapped his hands in glee, imagining his garden as a jungle of enormous flora. However, things quickly got out of control. The garden turned into a jungle, all right, but not the kind Professor Bungle had anticipated. Enormous sunflowers blocked the sun, and giant cacti played a game of who can poke the highest. Tomatoes grew so large they rolled around like beach balls, and the pumpkins had a tendency to roll after unsuspecting pedestrians. As the townspeople gawked at the spectacle, Professor Bungle realized he needed to fix his mistake. Armed with a pair of pruning shears and a determination to set things right, he bravely ventured into the overgrown garden. But it was no ordinary garden anymore, it was a labyrinth of green chaos. Professor Bungle battled tendrils that tried to tickle him, doused fire-breathing chili plants with water pistols, and used a catapult to launch oversized watermelons back into place. The townspeople watched in both amusement and horror as he tumbled through the tangle of vegetation, emerging with leaves in his hair and an armful of tangled vines. After what seemed like hours of hilarious struggle, Professor Bungle managed to regain control of his garden. The plants shrank back to their usual sizes, and the once jungle now resembled a slightly wild but manageable garden again. Exhausted but victorious, Professor Bungle emerged from the foliage with a triumphant grin. The townspeople cheered for their quirky scientist, appreciating his good intentions even if his experiments had a knack for going haywire. And so, in the town of Absurdville, Professor Bungle continued to concoct wild experiments, turning even the most ordinary of days into extraordinary adventures full of laughter and unexpected twists.